What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with the beginner guitar tutorial for Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and hit up my Instagram at the Groovy Guitar Dude if you want to see what song I'm working on next. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Driver's License on guitar is that in order to get to some bar chords and keep this song as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 3rd fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing that you want to know for Driver's License is the structure of this song. We're going to start out with a verse, then go to chorus, then verse and chorus again, then we'll have a bridge and we'll finish up the song with one last chorus. And the last thing that you want to know before we dive into Driver's License is the 5 chords that you need to play this song. The first one is G, the next one is D, the next one is E minor, the next one is C, and the last one is G over B. And I'll have chord charts for all of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into Driver's License. Guys, Driver's License is such a beautiful, beautiful, and sad song, which if you've been on this channel for a while, you know I'm a total sucker for those. My mom actually just sent me this song this morning and showed it to me, and I just fell in love with it right away. So I knew I had to share it with you guys as soon as possible because it's beautiful and it's a lot of fun to play on guitar and very beginner friendly as well. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is what we're playing in our verses. For our verses, we're going to have a pretty simple chord progression and then 2 strum patterns. Our chord progression is going to be G, E minor, C, and then back to G. You notice that the last G there has a star next to it. There's a reason for that, and it has to do with what we're doing for strum pattern. We'll get there in just a second. So for strum pattern, for each one of those chords, we're going to strum down 16 times for all of the non-starred chords. So that sounds like a lot, but I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. The way I actually like to divide that up is when I'm doing a long strum pattern like that, that's like 16 down strums, I like to count it in sets of 8. So it would kind of look like this. We'll start with our G chord as our example. It'll look about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on to the next chord. So next chord would be E minor. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C, same thing, 16 down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that's going to bring us to that last chord, that G chord, the starred one. For all of our starred chords in this song, we're just going to do 8 down strums. So we're actually playing that last G chord for a half measure, which is, again, halving that 16 strums into 8. So that last G will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. And then we'll repeat that whole chord progression with those 2 strum patterns through all of our verses. So nothing too crazy complicated here, guys. Very beginner chord progression with very beginner strum patterns to go with it. But a little walkthrough one more time of that whole thing will look about like this. Again, starting with our G chord, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just about like that, and then we'll start back over with that first G again and another 16 down strums for that first G, just repeating through the same chord progression and strum pattern through all of our verses. So guys, beautiful, beautiful guitar part, super simple, but very, very pretty, matches up really well with the piano in this song actually. But a couple of times through that verse chord progression and those 2 verse strum patterns will look about like this without me talking. And from there, guys, we're on to what's being played for our choruses. Now, this is gonna look kind of intimidating. I promise it's not as tricky as it seems. We're gonna walk through the whole thing together. So for our choruses, we have a couple different chord progressions and a couple different strum patterns to go with them. We're gonna start with that very top line there, which is just those two chords, the C and the G. And again, same thing here, that star next to the G means that that G is gonna have a little bit of a different strum pattern. Again, we'll get there in just a second. We're gonna repeat that twice before we move on to the next line. So starting with that first C chord there, that C is gonna get 16 down strums, the same exact way we strummed in the verses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're on to that starred G chord in that first line. And same thing with this, the starred chord is gonna indicate that we're gonna play that just for 8 down strums, same as our verses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're gonna repeat that first line again. So back to the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's gonna complete that first line. After we've played that first line twice, we're gonna move on to the second line. This gets a little bit quick and a little bit tricky, but it's not crazy difficult. So for the second line, we're gonna start with this E minor. Our chord progression for our second line there is gonna be E minor, D, G, G over B, and C. So what we're gonna do for all of those underlined chords is we're just gonna do 2 down strums for each one of those chords. So it'll look about like this. We'll start with our E minor, we'll go down, 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 down. And then we're to that starred chord, that last C chord. And again, same thing here for the starred chords. We're gonna play 8 down strums. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a real quick recap over that line. Those first 4 chords, all the underlined ones, are gonna get 2 down strums, and then that last C chord is gonna get 8 down strums. And those 2 down strum chords are gonna be fast changes. So it's gonna be about like this full speed. We'll go down, 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 down. That's what that line is gonna look like full speed. And we're only gonna play through that line 1 time. So from there, we're on to our last line, which is the easiest of the chorus. And that is just gonna be this. We're gonna have A minor, D, and G for our chord progression for that last line. And same thing here, we're just gonna play through that line once. And because it's in those brackets, again, we have a different strum pattern here. I know a lot of different strum patterns, a lot of different moving parts, but for this one, the chords in the brackets, so just that last line, are all just gonna be 1 down strum for each chord. So that last line will look about like this. We'll go down, down, down. And we'll let that G ring into the next chorus. And again, guys, we're only gonna play through that last line once as well. The only line that gets repeated in the chorus is the top line. So, guys, I know that's a whole lot of moving parts. There's a lot going on in that chorus. Nothing's too crazy complicated, but it's kind of just a lot to remember. So let's do a whole walkthrough of that whole thing all together. So we'll start with that C chord there for our first line. First line, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second line. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last line. 1, 1, 1. Just about like that, guys. Really, like I said, a lot of moving parts, but the biggest thing is just gonna be remembering all of that, because nothing there is too terribly challenging, no bar chords or anything, no crazy complicated strum patterns, just kind of a lot to remember. So with that in mind, guys, I'm gonna play through that chorus a couple of times so that you can make sure you have all the right stuff in all the right places. But just remember that for in the actual song, you only play through that whole chord progression once for each chorus. So guys, a couple of times through that chorus chord progression, or those chorus chord progressions with those chorus strum patterns, will look about like this without me talking. guys, finally, the last thing you should know to play driver's license on guitar is what we're playing for the bridge. For the bridge, we're just gonna have one chord progression, I know, thank God, and then we're just gonna have a pretty simple strum pattern to go along with it. So our chord progression for our bridge is gonna be E minor, C, G, and D. And then again, we're just gonna have one strum pattern for each one of those chords. Our strum pattern for each chord is gonna be this. We'll use our E minor as our example here. It's gonna be down, 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 twice for each chord. So down, 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 and then switch. So a little walkthrough of what that strum pattern will look like with each chord of our bridge progression will look about like this. We'll go down, 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 down. Just about like that, repeated all the way through our bridge. This is actually my favorite part of the song. It's just so cool. It sounds so powerful. The song just gets really big here, and this strum pattern I feel like perfectly like drives that home and really accentuates that part of the song. Sounds so cool. I love it. So guys, pretty straightforward here. This part's pretty simple. Just one chord progression, one strum pattern for the whole bridge. A couple of times through that progression and strum pattern that we'll be using for our bridge on driver's license will look about like this. And guys, that is everything you should need to know to play driver's license on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helps you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 800 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there could not be a more perfect channel for you to check out. Again, guys, if you want to see what song I'm working on next, be sure to hit up my Instagram at @thegroovyguitardude. I post about that almost daily on there. And lastly, guys, if you want to support the channel and get your name in the credits at the end of each new guitar tutorial, you can hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below. Oh my goodness, guys, I totally love this song. It's so beautiful. My mom actually just sent me this song this morning, and that's how I heard about it, but apparently it's been pretty big and been getting a lot of traction on things like TikTok and just really growing in popularity a lot over the past week or so. And so this is my first time hearing it this morning, and I immediately was just like, I have to teach this song. It's so beautiful. Most of this song is piano based, so this is one of those songs that we're actually trying to match up what's being played on piano and just make a guitar version of it. And thankfully, this is one of those songs that is a perfect one for doing that with. It's super beginner friendly, no crazy chords in here, and the strum patterns aren't too crazy either. The only tricky part about this song is just remembering all the moving pieces that are in the chorus, because again, not anything crazy difficult, it's just kind of a lot to remember. But guys, this is a beautiful song. It's one of those beautifully sad songs that I'm such a sucker for. If you've been on this channel for a while, you've heard me talk about that, but I love this song. I'm so stoked to share it with you guys. I hope y'all have a lot of fun learning it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.